I'm having a technical issue.
Step one, figure out how the stove works.
Welcome, my name is Gordon Richard, and I will teach you how to make steak like a man. So, the first thing is you have to cut the steak, right? That's the most important part. And then, once you cut the steak, one important thing is, as you can see, sometimes around the steak you're gonna have like a layer of fat or like fascia. And the best thing about it is that you should cut it, right? Because that's annoying, because when you cook it, it's going to start to pull on this fascia and it's going to curve up, and then it's going to be just annoying to cook with. So you make a small cut, like come closer, you will see I just cut it on the side, and that will be perfect. You just cut the small pieces of fascia that are going to pull the thing inward, and it's going to be annoying. So you can do that. And then the most important part, you have to beat the meat. So let's do that. You have to go hard. We got to do the other side as well. Okay, while I'm doing this, the pan is heating up, which is what we want. You don't want to put the steak on a pan that is not hot enough. Why? Because what's gonna happen is if you put the steak on the pan that is not hot enough, all the water is gonna come out of the steak and it's just gonna start to boil inside of the water. It's gonna be disgusting. It's gonna be chewy and it's not gonna be great. When you heat it up at a high temperature and then you put the steak, what happens is that it creates a crust under the steak, which prevents all the liquid from going out, which is what you want. You want a juicy steak. So, what spice do I use? Look, don't use soy because your testosterone is going to go down. So what I do, I use only salt, pepper, and paprika. Do you like paprika? Do you like it like spicy?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we'll do that.
No. Well, no spicy. I like paprika.
Well, I'm going to
So
choose
yes or no?
The paprika is spicy.
no. Paprika is not spicy.
That's
Okay, put
food.
paprika.
Oh, but this is poivre, like pepper.
Okay, don't put much.
Yeah, take a look. The spices are there. It's red because of the paprika. Now, how do you know if enough of paprika? Now, how do you know if the pan is hot enough? Well, basically, you touch it. Joking, you don't. You take water and you do. It forms again. Yeah, let's get closer. If it forms small balls like this, that's perfect. You know it's hot enough. Now, if it's too hot, it's gonna be bad as well because the oil is gonna burn. You don't want that. But what you do is you use beef tallow, which is very good because it has a high temperature that you can cook with, which is what you need when you're cooking steak. So, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, you don't heat up the pan with your oil inside of it because it's just gonna smoke and it's gonna be disgusting. You heat up the pan first, then you put the oil, and right away you put the meat. Let's do it. Then right away, you put the steak. Now, that's the most important part. You cannot put too much steak inside of it because what's gonna happen is that the steak is gonna release a bunch of juices and then it's just gonna boil in that juice and it's gonna become chewy. You don't want that. So if your pan is small, don't put too much steak in it. As you can see from here, there are spaces where there's nothing. This is what you want, because if it would be full, then all the juice would just like come out and it would boil inside of it. You don't want that. Now, what is this thing? Let me explain. If you cook like this, all the oil is just gonna go everywhere. It's gonna be disgusting. Your mom is gonna hate you for this. So, this thing prevents from the oil splashing around. Now, can you use a lid to cover it up? No. The reason why is because if you use a lid, all the steam is not going to be able to escape. It's going to build a lot of pressure inside, and because of that, I'm concentrating. As I was saying, the pressure that's going to create when you put the lid on top of it, what's going to happen is that all the steam is going to stay inside. It's going to be really wet inside of the pan, and all this water is just gonna boil the meat, and it's gonna be rubbish, which you don't, not rubbish, I apologize. It's gonna be rubbery. So this is not what you want. And as you saw right now, I turned the steak after like 2 minutes. That's what you want. Like you don't have to put it for like 2 hours because it's gonna burn. So I would say like 2 minutes, you turn it. And how do you know when it's ready? Well, what I do, like I'm not a magician, so I just use a knife and a fork to look. I remove this and I cut it. Like look, for now it's still red inside, not ready yet, but it's gonna be soon ready. And don't forget to always check under, like is it burning? If it's burning, reduce the heat a little bit. Right now, it's fine. You see you have a crust. Now, you don't want to cook it fully inside of the pan, because what you're gonna do is, when you take out the meat out of the pan, it's still cooking inside of it. So if, for example, you cook it to perfection as you want it, and then you take it out and you think it's gonna be great, no, it's still gonna continue to cook inside of your platter. So you have to remove it before you think it will be ready. So right now, it will be a perfect moment to do so. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take those plates and I'm gonna put it inside of it. Now, is it ready? Not yet, but it will be in a few minutes, because what I will do is, let me show you. Thank you, Nikita. What I will do is I will simply cover it, and now it's gonna cook. It's gonna be perfect, and it's gonna be ready to serve. Now, the other thing is, when you bring it to somebody, like take another plate, and so that they can eat without any blood on it, because if you look like right here, you're gonna have blood everywhere. So it might be disgusting for some people. So what you do is you cover it, and you take a piece, you put it in another plate, and then they eat it. How I eat it is I put a piece of butter on the steak, and then I take some salt, Himalayan salt, and I eat it. It's just, it's amazing. Now, the last tip I can give you is, after you finish cooking, this pan is gonna look disgusting. And you don't wanna wait and then try to clean it, because it's not gonna come off. So what you do is, you wait a little bit until it it cools off a little bit, because now if you put water, it might catch on fire, because hot oil, putting water, might catch on fire. So you wait a little bit, and then you put the water in, and it's still hot, so it's gonna be easier later for you to clean it. And that was the masterclass, how to cook a steak like a man. And yeah, don't be a vegan.